matter what. I'm feeling great.
Welcome to Godlywood Studio and to Light of Knowledge. We have come so far beautifully in this journey. Every episode, we have been trying to look into one or other aspect of godly knowledge, whether it is meditation, whether it is inculcation of godly values. Applying these values and meditation is the only way to move forward towards a hassle free life. And today, we are taking up a very interesting topic, service for humanity. There has been a lot of definition about service. But now, in the light of godly knowledge, let us discuss what is service, how can we serve ourselves, and how can we serve others, and how can we serve the whole world at large. And to take through this discussion, we have Rupa Behenji with us. Let us welcome her. Behenji, welcome to the studio, welcome to the show. We have learned and heard and read about service. We have seen the lives of great seers and Mahatmas. They have served the world selflessly and according to this godly knowledge which God is now giving. What is the definition of service?
Service is something we give selflessly to others. Service is something where we don't have any expectation in return. And the most important aspect through godly knowledge is the service where there are many types of services that we know in the society people are carrying on. But here, especially, God gives the knowledge how to purify yourself. In order to purify, we have to serve the humanity, show the path, and support them. And through this, God's vision to create a pure divine world has to come in practical form. So, in this service of humanity, it is something to rejuvenate our inner self. People usually think service means giving alms, giving money, giving shelter, giving clothes, giving food, giving blood, giving eye. Of course, these are all somewhere fulfills the needs of the people time being. But God's vision is higher than this. Because there are social servers where they try to help people in different areas and try to facilitate the comforts as much as possible. It is also service, no doubt. But at the end of the Iron Age, when the whole world has come down with the degradation of values, though on the name of service we do, but we are not able to eradicate the total poverty and total demoralization and total unrighteousness, which is creating a real havoc in the world. And people in different areas, let us take political field or religion field nowadays, on the name of religion also there is a fear to believe whether truth or untruth. Kind of doubtful thoughts have emerged in the people because of, on the name of religion, some illegal things are happening. On the name of God, some illegal things are happening. And we see in education field where people are creating so many ways where manipulating the position, and also so many things are happening. So as a whole, if I think the true service, the present era, which needs is totally revitalizing, or what we say like once again we have to reintroduce the lost values, which will help the total society and humanity to get back the original state of the peaceful and pure world in true form. Otherwise, we just give alms and we just give shelter. This okay for temporary relief, but how far you will be doing this unless the root cause of the all problems cannot be eradicated.
Benji, it is good that teaching values to humanity is such a great service, giving knowledge free of cost, teaching meditation. This has its own great place, but from the point of view of a common man, when they ask a question that if Brahma Kumaris can involve in the other forms of service also, along with doing this spiritual service, it would have been a bit more better. So, what do you say about that?
Brahmakumaris are involving in other areas like medical services, going to villages and as far as possible, and giving help, relief whenever there is some kind of natural calamities attack, and there is floods, and the relief things that whatever they can they are sending, and educating people in the villages. All these things are happening, but the main thing, we have to see how this institution is run, because God has a beautiful plan where He do not take any fees or donation to give this knowledge, or even all centers of the Brahma Kumaris are settled with a self interested contribution. It is not that a person has to take this knowledge and so much money has to be given. And therefore, the main motto of the service is spiritual social service, where the Supreme Father, who is enriching the spirit so that that goes down to the social service. See, a person gets money and he doesn't have how he has to use that money, the wisdom. We give medicine, free of medicine, because somebody is suffering with some disease, let us say cancer or whatever dreadful diseases. Now he got the disease because he was a chain smoker. Now I give free of medicine, of course, this is an instant relief for him, but did I give something that by which he can get out of the habit of smoking, which will not create a ill health for him? Because he had a habit of chain smoking, he has created hazardous environment to many people in the society. In return, he is a cause for ill health of so many people. But in Brahma Kumaris, through the divine knowledge, if one person comes as a regular student, he tries to practice meditation and takes knowledge, he gives up smoking, he gives up alcohol, so he saves that money and contribute for the new construction of the new era. So he is not only contributing for this service, but also he is helping the society. He is not harming the environment in the society. So he slowly becomes a good instrument, good citizen, and he becomes an example for others.
Benji, as you speak, I think it is something about there is no point in trying to repair the old, but you are talking about completely demolishing the structure, and before demolishing, I think the establishment of the new. So all the effort, all the thought, power, energy should go to the construction part, and all these giving alms or whatever you spoke is actually trying to repair the old house which is of no use maybe now.
As you have said rightly, we have understood in the previous episodes about the stages of the cycle. So during this Iron Age end, what happens is, though cycle is going to move forward, but before this transitional period takes place, the world reaches to the stage of total decay, where though with the good intention of service, people are there, those who are very kind hearted, great philanthropists, and try to regain that lost stage. And therefore they try to, there are people who really teach very good value system and other things to the people, and those who are downtrodden, they want to lift them, free educations are given, all these things are happening, but still the end result what we see is we are not able to get the results out of our expectation. Here is the need of the total involvement of God and His knowledge, and the way He wants to reconstruct, that we have to understand. It is beyond human hands, that they cannot do anything, and therefore as much they are trying to lift the world into a better place, we are seeing the results, it's going down, creating more hassle, more crimes, and more fear, and more conflict, and more towards destruction. And the secret of all this God has revealed. This is the passing time where it has to undergo this transition period, and therefore God's wisdom guides humanity to put all our ability, energy, wealth, even physical body, whatever the activities we are able to do, we can serve through our physical body also, along with God's wisdom. And this will result in the total betterment of the world at large.
So, Benji, as I understand, you are talking about giving knowledge to someone, showing them the right path, being a lighthouse yourself. And of course, if you have a good, powerful physique body, and if you have lots of money, you can use that as well for godly service. But here I would like to have some more clarity about one thing which usually I hear in connection with godly knowledge, that is service through vibrations. Even if you are not able to inspire someone through your lifestyle or any other way, still you can use your mind for service. So, how can we do that? What is this service through vibrations?
See, to reconstruct this world into a golden age,
Hmm.
God needs all powers, all types of energies. And as the Iron Age is coming to a great end, the great gates of heaven will also be opened. And before that could be opened, God fills this world with total pure energy. For that, many souls has to concentrate with Him. That is called yoga power. And therefore, He focuses, even though knowledge is there, you please meditate on me, because He is there ready to give knowledge and also power. But we, the intellects, we have to focus our intellect towards Him. Then only we can draw the power and give to the world. And that's how slowly the nature elements will also get purified. And today what has happened, the bad way of bad habits and also bad thinking, which we say, we have already spoken about pollution in one of the episodes, but still I would like to repeat. The thoughts pollution, vision pollution, speech pollution, pollution in our action, pollution in our relation, pollution in what we eat, and pollution in doing the way to earn, like we open companies which is also polluting the air, water, all these elements. Totally, if you see the present condition, not only the outside pollution, which is coming to a very dangerous end, but it is already taking place inside the human mind, and that is more dangerous and fearful. And therefore, God's plan is, before this old world decays completely and get destroyed, before that He saves the world. He keeps or puts the foundation and rebuilds this world, so that the souls who are ready to get rejuvenated, they can move to that new world order. Those who are not ready, of course, they undergo the circumstances or the dire consequences. For them also God gives peace or salvation, but those who listen to God's voice, His guidance and His vision, they understand. So they start investing their physical energy and monetarily, whatever. If I am millionaire, but I cannot concentrate, I cannot sit and listen to godly knowledge, but I have will to do something good, then I put my wealth in order to establish a center. I try to facilitate so that people who are able to meditate, they can come and sit meditate. They will give that pure energy to the world. So like this, it is interrelated. And a person who can't meditate, not even he is having wealth, but he has some other art, a painting art or plumbing art, carpentry art, so many things are there. So he tries to use that ability in godly task. So this is how God's beautiful wisdom giving a space for every individual to put what they have. Even a person who earns the lowest, for him also God advises, okay, you say 1 rupee one day, at least 1 rupee per day save and put in the godly task so that God gives return to that. And this is the beautiful method God creates fortune of every individual right now.
So, Benji, this new beautiful definition of service, as you were explaining it, until now it has been selflessly giving yourself in the task of rejuvenating the poor by giving something, by building houses for them. That still is a great service, but as you put it, this new way of looking at service, that is transforming yourself, getting yourself purified and showing the way to the world, because world itself is getting so impure that, like a man who is drowning, who needs oxygen, earth, I think, needs the pure vibrations of
Yes.
people. So that was really beautiful. Thanks a lot for that. And dear friends, service can be done from anywhere. Sitting in a chair inside your house, you can influence the whole world just by transforming certain attitudes. And this is the beauty of Rajyoga meditation. And let us inculcate this new way of meditation, this new way of knowledge. And now it is time for us to go to the question of the day.
I am Barkha Agrawal and I am a housewife. I think a lot of negative thoughts when problems come. How can I be positive in every situation?
Benji, again, a very common question. I think part of it has been already answered in some of our previous episodes, but still, let us take up that question. When negative situation come, usually we tend to think negative. How can we remove this habit?
See, negative situations when arise, we have heard about the results by somebody, or we have read news in newspapers and watched the TV messages sometimes, which is negative. So that impression, the memory is there behind, and that comes in front of us whenever we come in cross or we get into such situation. So in that, actually, we try to keep our mind always filled with positive thoughts. First thing, whatever happened, if it is not so important to remember, let it go. We have to take out of our mind. Otherwise, holding those thoughts again and again, it comes into our.
Benji, I know that it is not important. I know that this is negative. I know that it is going to harm me in the future. But still, I am not able to let go of this thought because of my past habit of catching hold.
In order to make the situation itself positive, first you think what has happened is best, what is going to happen is best, what will be in the future will also be best. Though it is blindly also, you think about it. Logically, you are not able to understand in the time of situation because everything is going wrong and you are seeing everything is wrong only. But first you feed your mind with positiveness. This what happens, there is a good energy going in. Second thing, try to analyze the situation, what best I can see from the worst situation. Even the situation is worst, but what is that best I can take from that? And third thing,
Maybe there is some lesson for me in every situation.
it may be a lesson, it may be a blessing also. Both it can be. It may be a lesson that you have to learn for the future, but it can turn into blessing also. But you have to wait for some time. Otherwise, what happens, we are more reactive and instant reaction. And that creates more negative. Until we don't understand the problem only, then we start thinking. And when you start thinking half understood, definitely it leads to negative feelings.
That usually happens, Benji, because as you said, every situation comes us to teach some kind of lesson or other. Maybe it takes time to fully understand. And if you don't give time, if you react immediately, that lesson is not there for us to learn.
Sometimes we don't understand the reason of that situation. Who has created this situation? Who is the real cause for that? Less we understand the full situation, more we assume. And that assumptions creates more fear. Because assumption itself is based on doubts, and therefore it creates more negativity. So therefore, I think first you try to, if a solution you want, first you understand the problem. I have half understood the problem, definitely I will not reach to the solution part only. And therefore, there is fear, doubts, and lack of confidence. All this leads to negativity. So
And I
we
think
say
along with this, we can continue the practice of meditation because, as you said, the practice itself gives us so much power, and we need
practice
this
of
power.
meditation is don't get influenced with the problem.
Hmm.
In other side, we say let the problem come and go. Allow the problem to starve for 7 days. It will die with starvation. This is a very practical concept.
So, Benji, that was a really beautiful way of putting it. Problem actually, we discussed earlier also that it is a reflection of our weakness, and once the weakness are over, then we can do away with our problems. Thanks a lot for that. And that was really a beautiful answer, I think. Starve the problems to death. When we think more and more about the problems, we are actually feeding it, and once we stop thinking about the problems has to die. And as it is beautifully said, don't tell God how big your problems are, tell your problems how big your God is. So that's all about positive attitude, which we can learn through Rajyoga meditation. And now, dear friends, it is time for us to go to the last part of our episode, that is attitude, virtue, and contemplation. So, Benji, we have come to the last part. As usual, it is for us to meditate and to practice these attitudes. So, what is today's attitude and what is today's virtue?
Today, let us take the attitude of sustaining. Many people create new things, but less they sustain. As a spiritual aspirant or a good meditator, the one who wants to learn meditation or any new thing, any good thing, they should also support themselves with the attitude of sustaining. Sustaining means you keep along with you. A good habit is formed, don't allow it to go in between. You hold it and continue it. So, this sustaining gives us the end result always success. But usually, what happens, anything new we start in zeal and enthusiasm, and after few days, few months, we meet with some problem or some obstacles, then that zeal, enthusiasm comes down. And then we think path is very difficult. I cannot hold this habit for a long time. I cannot make myself like this positive all the time. So we revert back to the old very fast. So instead of that, let our attitude be sustaining the good things, and supportive virtue is entertaining. Keep yourself always entertain mood, or a person to keep joyful mood. That helps one. Even at the time of difficulty also, we can take ourselves towards the right methods, that habits that we have formed, we don't let it go. This, I think, it will help everybody.
So, Benji, I think that was really beautiful. And we have already learned in this episode that to attract the good, to sustain and to develop on it is really the essence of life. So, can we have a reflection on that?
Sit in a comfortable position. Visualize yourself as a tiny point of divine light. I being the instrument of God and helper in His task, I try to establish that divine qualities in myself, in my thoughts, feelings, speech and action, and sustain them with the power of meditation. Even I meet with the situations where it will be difficult for me to hold these qualities, yet I will sustain and keep continuity till I reach the perfection. I also remember the true nature of myself and the divine qualities that I hold it in the beginning of the golden age and descended to this world in the form of deity, adorned with so many divine qualities. With this awareness, I let go of all the vicious feelings, vicious thoughts, and also vicious impressions. I emerge in the form of a deity soul who is ready to enter the golden age in the beautiful deity body. This a beautiful transition takes place. Hence, I sustain all the divine qualities right now in myself with the help of God's wisdom and His power. I help others also as much as possible to sustain the values of divinity in them. This transformation becomes the base for purification of this vicious world. Om Shanti.
So, Benji, as usual, that has been a wonderful discussion. We learned a lot about service, the true meaning of service by which we transform ourselves and become an example to the world. So, thanks a lot for that discussion. And of course, every day you take us through a beautiful journey of meditation, as every one of our viewers is already enjoying. Thanks a lot for coming and sharing this.
Thanks.
So, friends, we have already come a long way in this journey. We have understood various aspects of godly knowledge. The important one being this is the time of transition. This is where the old and vicious Kali Yuga get transformed to the new and beautiful golden age. And all of us can play a part in this, and it doesn't take so much to do that. We just need to look at ourselves, bring about a change, imbibe purity, and move forward with a lot of clarity. That's all. And the happiness which we have will spread into the world and it will do its work. So, thanks a lot for being with us in this journey. And until we meet again in the next episode, it's a goodbye from all of us in the studio.